Thanks, Marie.
That's quite, and we don't normally respond. What would be the proper protocol for the, maybe corporate counsel could, I know they're looking for some, I don't say answers, but is there the state attorney general, state police, how would they go through the process to get further information, I guess, or is there somebody that they would?
Well, within the context of Ms. Steele's document, she apparently indicates she's already spoken with the Attorney General's office, right? And they've indicated that they don't have any authority to involve themselves. I don't know. I know Mr. Commissioner Samaska worked in the prosecutor's office. He might
Just
have
give you
more
some
insight.
history. I received a certified mail copy, quite a substantial document. I'm assuming
I
everyone else
received that
did,
same document.
including crime scene photographs and other materials. Investigator Herb Welser's report. He's retired lieutenant with Boyer Police Department, had reviewed it. This was several months ago. I know I've talked to the board chair about it, and I've had some conversations with other members about receiving that packet. I did contact the family. I did talk to Mr. Wendling on one or two occasions about what had occurred. I suggested that the family, they were looking for some answers. I believe it was at my suggestion they'd contacted Dr. Verani from the Oakland County Medical Examiner's Office, and he conducted a separate autopsy, made some conclusions and findings, and provided that to Mr. Welser. I know talking to Mike Wendling, his official position, and Mike's here tonight, was that that is still an open file in his office. It is not closed as a homicide. My understanding is the Sheriff's Department has deemed that early on in the investigation to be a suicide. That has caused the family substantial grief. They do not believe it's a suicide. They have done many things to further their interest in seeing that this is maintained as an open file with the Sheriff's Department. I have not talked to Dan Lane or anyone from the Sheriff's Department about that. I did refer the family to a local attorney. I believe, now I don't know if they followed through on it, but they were going to open an estate and pursue perhaps some civil remedies, not unlike the O.J. Simpson matter, where there was a criminal case on one track that was unsuccessful, but there was a civil case on the decedent's estate. I believe are you guys doing that? You're pursuing that? That was a recommendation I made. We have no supervisory authority over an elected official as such, so I agree with Corporation Counsel. My understanding was at Mr. Wendling's office that is an open case in his office. If other evidence comes up, I would expect he would pursue that. That's pretty much the things I've done as background. So I don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Falco.
Just to add a little bit to it, I had talked to Mike also and pretty much said the same thing. I talked to Sheriff Lane. Dan, sort of refuses to look into it any further. He said all the evidence was that it's a suicide, and that's the way his report is staying. So appreciate, you getting involved somewhat, Steve. And
Mike, did you want to give us an update? Are you here for this tonight, or is there nothing, or just here? I don't know. Okay, I didn't know if there was anything further on that, but I don't want to speak for Mike. But
maybe it's best
This
that,
isn't forum for that.
yeah, right.
That's not our role as county commissioners to we have, there's other channels.
Pat?
Where did this incident take place? There?
Wales Township.
Or Wales? Okay.
Okay. Next on the public speaking is Robert Raditz.
He was handing me some documents. Did you want the chairman to have this as well? Can you accept these from the speaker's notes? They wanted to provide us with.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.